It is literally the most perfect, beautifully gorgeous day outside today. I got a very exciting job that I'm gonna start working on right now while we sit at this beautiful bench in this beautiful park. I think, sorry, let me adjust here. The light's coming in funny. Okay, I think the light's a little less wonky here.
Pretty good. I'm actually a little jealous. Hey, it's better than walking or pedaling. You hot rod for sure. Well, you're looking good. 100 pounds stay on it.
I just got a job that I'm very excited
about. Way to go, Ewan!
Okay, yelling lady has moved. There's this cafe that I really love. I've been going to regularly since they opened about a year or so ago. I actually stopped there on my way here to grab a coffee. The other day, I stopped in also to get a coffee, and the owner was helping me, and she was like, "Are you the artist who just followed us on Instagram?" I was like, "Yes, I am. I was not expecting to be recognized, but okay." She was like, "Oh, I would love to do a collaboration with you." And I was like, "I would love to do a collaboration with you." So basically what we're doing is I'm gonna design a couple of greeting cards with her, because it's a coffee shop and a bakehouse. I'm gonna design some greeting cards, custom greeting cards with their cakes on them that they're gonna sell in the cafe. A dream job, I know, right? I told her I would get the first sketches and like a color palette to her by Monday, and today's Friday, so I'm gonna do some sketches of the cakes and enjoy the sunshine, and you're gonna hang out with me. It's Monday, so it's been a couple days since we checked in on this project. I did a little bit of work on it over the weekend, just so I was in a good shape to send off the sketches and color samples today. So I'll show you what I did. I decided to do the sketches digitally because then it'll just be really easy to send them over. These are my concepts for the non-birthday one. This is their tiramisu cake. This one features the whole cake and just some little like decorations around it. And then I think it would be nice to have at least, like, even though they said they didn't want any text, so it would be good for any occasion, I find in general cards without text don't sell as well. Depending on what it is, it depends what it's for. But I thought it might be cute to just put like "for you" with the cake, so that's my other idea that I'll be sending today. I have to do up the colors on this one, but the tiramisu cake is just very like neutral colors, and then I'm thinking like maybe like bright purple for kind of the accents. These are the concepts I have for, so this is gonna be a birthday card featuring their pastel confetti cake. So this is my first drawing with the full cake beside and then the word happy birthday. I haven't decided yet on what I want to suggest for the background. I'm leaning towards, I'm actually really liking the look of having it be like a similar purpley pink, because decorations on the cake kind of pop against it, but I will have to make sure that the contrast is high enough between the cake and the background. I'll play around with that and get the color swatches done for the tiramisu cake so I can send that off today for approval. we last chatted, I got approval on those sketches and color palettes that you would have seen in the last day of filming. So I'm gonna sit down and make sure I know exactly what shades of gouache I'm gonna use for it. I'm gonna use gouache for this project, paint it on paper. I'm gonna do the background for the colored background one separate and then kind of like combine them digitally, but I want kind of the main like assets to be done physically on paper with gouache. So make sure I have the colors ready and start doing the first few steps of the painting today, or at the very least get the sketches down to do the first layer of painting, I think. So basically my goal was to translate what I had created digitally and figure out exactly how to mix those colors with my gouache, which I feel that I did. And it's also a chance for me to like do like a kind of like a thumbnail painting and see what I need to make sure that I change for the final painting. So I have to hold this without holding it too much because it's still wet and it's gonna drip in some spots. So basically I realized that for this cake, my main color is gonna be my lilac mixed with warm red, but it's gonna need more warm red than what I did in my, what I mixed for my last painting. So I will either need to mix like a fresh little pan or just be really, I think I'm probably gonna just actually like use lots of water, because I realized through this as well that this needs to be a lot lighter. Like the color of the cake is quite light and this is much darker, but I've got the right, I've got it right here rather than actually on the cake itself. And then I need like a few stages lighter for the like drip down effect that's happening here, and then like basically white for the little, I don't know what the word is. I don't know cake terminology. And then I don't think I'm quite happy with that color for the little macarons. I think that I want that like a little more desaturated. But these are the things that I wouldn't have known. And now I know when I go to paint it, I'll be more likely to like be successful in my first try. And then the tiramisu cake, this one was a lot easier. I kind of knew exactly what I wanted before I started, but I did want to experiment with what shade of purple I wanted, whether it was going to end up being like a cooler purple, a warmer purple, and it is going to be a cooler purple that I go with. So now I'm ready to do my like main sketches for these and do the first paint. I also might do, I think I want to do like, I'm just going to use a few sheets of paper and do a bunch of possibilities for the background wash, so I can kind of pick and choose which one is going to look the best on the final card. Today I am painting the base layer for my cakes. I did the sketches when we would have last checked in, and so today I want to do like the underpaintings and like try and have a go at doing like the background washi painting for the first card. decided to just do the base layer of the painting, and I'm going to do the details digitally just because I'm a little short on time to finish this project, and doing them digitally will be a little quicker. Plus, I'm very happy with where these are at. If I had more time, I would scan them, then do some more like pencil, colored pencil, and then like if I don't like it, try it in digital because I like the look of as much traditional medium as possible, but short on time, so just gonna skip to the digital part. So I'm gonna scan these in, finish the details on them, and then I'm also gonna scan in background options. These are also just gonna be kind of like a base layer to work with digitally because I mean, I don't know, maybe they will translate well just like as they are potentially, but I have a feeling they're gonna need more stuff added. She also requested more yellow in the background, which I tried to get in this one. I tried to get it in both, but I'll have to play around with like flipping the directions and changing the colors. So this is, yeah, it's going to be a lot of like digital work this afternoon, hopefully getting to the point where they're close to finished, because I like to come back to things with fresh eyes so that tomorrow when they're due in the morning I can like take one last edit through them with fresh eyes and fresh brain and submit them tomorrow. Done. I just have to send them to my computer and do like Photoshop edits and stuff before I send them off for hopeful approval. But the hardest thing about illustration is deciding where to stop, especially with digital. Like on paper, it's like, okay, my paper can't handle any more medium, I've got to stop. But with digital, I feel like I can just fine tune forever, and you don't want to do that because it makes it look like way too precise and it loses that like artsy magic that you want it to have. At least for me. It's like some people do have a really beautiful style that's way more refined. I like a loose painterly look, and digital can almost like get in the way of that. But here's the tiramisu cake. This one, it's so hard drawing like these little mounds of icing with like the frosted chocolatey bit on top and giving it enough contrast still. Like that was really challenging. Yeah, there was a few times where I was like, should I just start over from scratch? Because as I was doing it, I was like, oh, I could have done it like this, I could have done it like this. But I think in the end it works out okay. And I have to remember that they're only going to be like 3 inches, the little cards. So I need to stop focusing in on the little details. And then this one, it looks unfinished because I've decided that handwritten text isn't the right look for this one. So I'm gonna bring it into Photoshop. This one the cake ended up looking like having a much more realistic, for lack of a better word, look to it than I was expecting it to. Just the way it panned out, but I think it looks really cute. So let's add some birthday text and then send these off. About a week since our last check-in. I sent off the card designs and got approval right away, which is always so nice to not have to go back in and do a bunch of edits and stuff. It just feels good too to know that like your client trusts you and they're like happy with your work and not being too particular, although of course like people are allowed to be particular. Anyways, they're here, the cards are here. I submitted the order to Little Rock Printing, which is where I've been going for all of my printing services lately. I really like that they're fairly close by so that I'm able to get my orders from them pretty quickly, which is awesome. Especially in this case, we were kind of excited to get this done and get these cards out on their shelves. So they're also such a cute little size. Here's the tiramisu card. And the back, they both have the same design on the back. I used both of our logos together. Oh, it's so cute. What a cute little baby card. And this is the confetti cake card, which is, I think if I had to choose, this one's my favorite. Oh no, I can't say that. I like them both. But again, the same, we got the two logos together on the back. So now my task is to package all of these up. I already ordered the envelopes. Before I ordered the cards, I made sure to find envelopes that were the corresponding size. If you're ever going to do like a custom card size, definitely look into that stuff first. So I got the envelopes and the sleeves, the little plastic sleeves first, because I just about ordered cards without doing that, and I was like, wait, they're kind of like a unique size. I might not be able to get the materials I need. So thankfully I think I had to change the size of the cards a little bit to accommodate what I was able to find. So let's pack these up and then I'm gonna drop them off at the shop either tomorrow or the next day, possibly the day after, depending on how the week goes, but I'm super excited. That's a wrap on this super fun project. Thank you for coming along with me and working on the whole thing start to finish. I just have to shoot off an email to the owner of Whisk to let her know I'm going to drop off the cards tomorrow, the next day. I really hope I get to do more work with them in the future. Like, collaborating with local businesses is kind of like the peak of what I love to do, so I just loved everything about this. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. Your support means the world. I know there's so much out there to consume your attention, and spending this time here with me means a lot. I of course need to take a moment to thank my wonderful patrons. Your support helps to give me some stability in the unpredictable life of a self-employed artist, and it really means the world. If you wanted to check out what I've got going on over there, I have everything from exclusive videos to a monthly podcast to occasional digital downloads, as well as things like sketchbook explorations and sneak peeks of things that I'm working on. Signing up for a paid tier isn't feasible for you. You can always join for free. I would love to have you there as a free member. It means that you will get access to my once a month monthly updates and it means the world if you want to stay in touch with what I'm doing, what I'm up to in this little home studio. As always, thank you for being here. Your time, attention, and kindness mean the world to me, and I will see you in the next video, my friends. Bye!